I was born in a small village in eastern Uganda, Africa, and in a poor family where we can't afford 3 meals a day. I grew up with a dream of becoming a farmer, and I feed nations. Here I am today, my farming, my story. Hi guys, welcome back to Mzee YouTube channel. Today I'm sharing with you my personal story, and I hope it will inspire and motivate you to take action. It's my journey to farming, and that one thing I regret. If you're feeling stuck and unfulfilled, just sit down and watch. This is your video. Mzee is my name, always here to see everyone who is doing farming. Of course, I'm the world best chicken dad. Of course, I grew up knowing that farming is the best thing in life, because I grew up seeing my mom practicing subsistence farming. That's where she was even getting food we've been eating at our home, and also that's where she was even getting money to raise, to care for our school fees and even other basic needs. Of course, I grew up seeing my mom taking more or participating in our growing up. She was the one taking care a lot to our growing up. And big up to Mama if you're watching this video, and even to all mothers around the world. I grew up in that family of 7, me and my other 6 siblings, but we were taken care, or we were raised up mostly by our mom, because my dad had 2 homes. There is the older home and then this one of our mother. But he was spending more time to the other side. Of course, I started my schooling in the nearby school within our village. What I remember most is that my mother used to tell us that no food, no digging, no food. At first we took it as torture, because we used it to come back from school when she was waiting us to take us to the garden to carry out that evening digging. She wanted to be helped in the garden. So whenever you delay maybe there at school, she was always telling you that no food, that no digging, no food. I grew up well knowing that if you don't work, you can't eat. At first, I took it as a torture, but later I see it that she was giving us a foundation, and with the time we realized that we have to help Mama, because she was suffering alone, to raise food on a table, to raise our school fees, to care for our medical bills and all that. Then, of course, after primary, I joined the secondary, and I managed to reach in Form 4. And after Form 4, of course, Mommy was running out of money, so she decided to take me to join teaching, because teaching by then it was the cheapest courses for people maybe after Form 4. But of course I accepted, because I had nothing to do. There was no money to take me up to Form 6, and also there is no money to take me maybe to other expensive courses. So I had to accept it. But my accepting to join teaching. Since I was seeing all what we've been going through at home, I grew up when I want to be famous, and I move places preaching the word about growing food, because I grew up seeing how we suffer with getting something at home to eat. So my thinking, my dream was that maybe to get famous, to get exposed, to move a lot, preaching this thing of growing food. I wanted to become a journalist. So after becoming a journalist, I thought that I'll be able to raise my voice to everyone. But maybe my thinking was wrong. Not until Mama took me to join teaching, and I joined. There was a college called St. John's the Baptist. It was Gaba PTC, so I joined. But after my joining, of course, I spent there only 2 semesters, and Mommy was not able to raise my tuition or my school fees at the college. If you are a school dropout, you understand very well what I'm talking about here, more especially those people. If you dropped out of school just because lack of school fees or lack of your tuition. Of course, at that stage or that age, it is when you start to look for a purpose. When it comes to me, who dropped out of school just because of school fees and the lack of support from home, it was very worse, because I had to look for something to do to support myself, at the same time to help Mama to support even my younger siblings. So I decided to start on looking for jobs. Of course, the jobs I'm talking about here are unprofessional jobs. I had my uncle who had a sugarcane shamba. They were squeezing this sugarcane. They get that liquid, the liquid they use to make molasses. So I went there. The job, guess what the job they gave me? It was to collect this sugarcane, to take them to the center where they are going to squeeze from. Then afterwards, they were using these bulls to move around, to move the machine they used to squeeze this sugarcane. That was the work they gave me there. But I'm telling you, to move after the bull that is squeezing the sugarcane, guys, it is a very, very big task. Because they always measure this liquid in jerry cans, but you can move from morning at 6 till 1 in the noon, when you only having 12 jerry cans. And if I'm not forgetting, the money was really very small, but I had nothing to do. I worked there for quite a while, but I found myself not managing, because I was still young, I was small, I was weak. So, but whenever I was thinking about to give up, I was recalling Mama's words. Mama used to say that no work, no eating. Whenever I wanted to give up, that echo was coming to my head: no work, no eating. So I kept on there. Afterwards, I joined my brother. My elder brother was working in one of construction companies. So I joined there. The work they gave me was this work of helper, just to help these people who are building, maybe with the bricks, mixing mortar, such work. But still the work was heavy to me, because I was very weak. But I had nothing to do. I kept on working there. I even tried other work that I don't even remember. But my task was to support myself, to help Mama, to support even my younger siblings. But still, things were not moving. I tried all that kind of job, but I found myself restless and unfulfilled. One day I even had a thinking that maybe I'm occupying someone else's dream. This is not my dream, but I had nothing to do. Not until one day, this elder brother of mine who was working in one of that construction company went to town to see our elder brother, this elder brother again from another uncle. He went there. When he reached there, of course, he tried to explain to our elder brother that my younger brother is there in the village. He stopped schooling because of school fees, blah, blah. So our elder brother said, you bring him here. So he came back, explained everything to me. He told me that let's go in town. For me, my going there, I was thinking that maybe he's going to be supporting me with taking me back to school to complete my course. So when we went there, what they told me that be staying here as you help us with the homework here. Then afterwards, we shall see what to do. Which means I was going to be there just helping with domestic work minus being paid. But the good thing, they were doing chickens, about 2,000 layers chickens. After reaching here, without knowing that maybe I'm going to be paid, but just because I found here they are doing beside chickens, beside their compound, it made me to think that maybe I was wasting time. I was wasting my life where I have been working. So I started to work. I started to help here with domestic work. At the same time, helping them working there in chickens. As time was moving, working there 1 week, second week, of course, I felt that I found my purpose, and I felt that I found my purpose. One day, we were seated there at the dining, and I came up with a suggestion. I said, I have a suggestion. How do you see that we change these chickens and we take them to village where there is that big piece of land and big space, and at least you even improve the way you constructed these chicken houses. Of course, they had a big piece of land there in village with a big shamba of coffee. So that's where I was talking about. They kept quiet and they said, wow, this is a very, very good idea. I said, what I think it will work. So they asked me a question. How do you think that we take you there, we construct these chicken houses, and you start to manage these chickens? Remember here where I was helping, they were not paying me. I was just there helping. And for me, at first, I thought that maybe I'm there just helping them here and there as they plan to take me back at school. So they came up with that idea. I said, okay, I'll be doing that as you said. Of course, they acted immediately. Within a week, the second week, they called my brother who was working there in the construction company to come, and we travel there to start planning where the chicken houses are going to be, how are going to be looking, and everything. So after that, immediately we started to construct chicken houses. Within 1 month, they're already done, and we shifted this older stock to those ends as they also put in another order of the younger stock. So I started to work there, but minus knowing that maybe I'm working here for such and such amount of money, but just because I saw that I found my path, I found my purpose, so I started to work there. Good enough, everything was moving smoothly, everything was moving as we expected, and they brought in a new batch of chickens, so I started to work on that one. So one day they came to the farm and they said, this is your first salary. It was not so much big, but guys, I felt very, very excited, and I felt happy to receive my first salary. And at the same time, I was in that good destiny. I was feeling good. So what I did, I took that money and I bought my first smartphone. Buying that smartphone, it was not maybe to show off, but my target was to use this smartphone since the farm was deep in village, to use it to do more research. From there, I started to do lots of research about chicken farming. And each and every day I was gaining experience. And on this very note, I would like maybe to tell you that everything I share here on this channel, everything I'm doing here, I didn't go to school to study that particular thing. It was all about doing lots of research, attending seminars, reading lots of books, just because of showing my interest. So after there, we worked for the first year. Entering the second year, our farm was growing very fast. Our farm was sounding. It reached even that time when these TV personalities asked to be invited at the farm. They take interview. So they were coming. I was giving interview. I was interviewed. Not until we reached that time. I'm just forgetting the year, but there was that time one of our TV introduced what we call farmers competition. So that very year we entered the farmers competition, and I was the face. All this, everything I'm talking here, I was the face. So we entered the competition. Of course, we didn't win, but at least we were there. We were published in the newspapers. We were published. We were talked about on TVs. So that's where I gained what I am today. Now, from there, I was earning something, helping Mama there to pay school fees for my younger siblings, and even me to start my journey. From that point, that's where my journey with this farming, it started. I started to use even my smaller savings to start up something there at home, at my mama's place. I started to buy some few goats. I started to keep there some local chickens, just like that. I reached that time when I owned some small piece of land where I started my small farm. Everything was moving, and I started there with a few chickens. As I tell you always, I started there with a few goats. Goats started to accumulate just like that. Not until during lockdown there, I was exercised by the One Almighty, and I got this accident I always talk about here. But guys, this accident, it was at first it was a shock, but it showed me really friends. And when I talk about really friends, I'm talking about these friends I was getting from this journey of farming. Everyone besides me right now are those friends I got from this journey of farming. So guys, I reached even time to felt that maybe I made a very big mistake not to join farming as early as possible. But finally I found my destiny, I found my purpose. Here I am now, and it's just a word to you guys. If you're feeling stuck and feeling unfulfilled, this is the right time to do action. You may be doing something meant to be done by someone else, yet your path is this way in farming. So guys, I'm not rich yet, though I still have hope that one day I'll become rich, but at least I met all the dreams I had before. One, I had a dream of becoming famous and I preach farming gospel. I did it. Then secondly, I had also a dream of becoming a farmer and I feed nations. I did it and I'm still doing it. That is my farming. That is my story. Mzee chicks.